తెలుసు లేదు కాదు. So again, YouTube has updated their streaming settings and all, and I was trying to understand what they are doing with their setup, so to say, guys. So hope I'm audible and visible to all of you guys. Just give me a second. YouTube has updated their. Okay, cool. So today is 11th December 2025, and just give me a second here. My name is Shubham Sagar. I had to see, LinkedIn page to see what is my name. So you can connect with me on LinkedIn, guys, if you want to. And this is my Telegram channel. I will share the unannotated Hindu analysis PDF by 9:30 a.m. in this Telegram channel. So you can take that Hindu analysis PDF and revise these stuff as well. Cool. And let's move forward. Yesterday, I gave you people this particular question. Good morning, Harshini. This particular question: which of the following event happened earliest? UPSC 2018 question related to Arya Samaj and all. What is the answer, Harshini? And other guys, if you know it, you can post it. Swami Dayanand Saraswati established Arya Samaj. Deen Bandhu Mitra wrote Neel Darpan. Bankim Chand Chattopadhyay wrote Anand Math. Satyendra Tagore became the first Indian to succeed in the ICS exam. Good morning, Annie. Good morning, Anando. So Harshini has given the answer. Harshini has sent me, answers at 2 a.m. in the morning, guys. She was disturbing me at 2 a.m. and some other, institutions copy she's writing on. But she's such a good girl. So yeah, now I have to see how I can remove those names if I have to upload those copies, because again, I will tell you, I will do the work, but those institutions will get the hog the limelight. You will understand what I'm saying when I'm uploading her copies. Again, let's focus, guys. So Swami Dayanand Saraswati established Arya Samaj 1875. Deen Bandhu Mitra wrote Neel Darpan around 1858. Oh my god, just give me a second. I'm still half asleep, guys. 1858-59. Bankim Chand Chattopadhyay wrote Anandamath 1882. We have discussed it. Vande Mataram 1875. And then Satyendra Tagore became the first Indian to succeed in ICS around 1860s, early 60s. So if you see the chronology, B is the answer. B is the correct answer. Good morning, Ritush. As stated by Harshini. Who else? Harshini is the real deal. So B is the answer, guys. Let's start. Let's come back to the present and let's talk about today's article. Is India's 8.2 growth rate sustainable? So we have talked about these things, that India's current GDP is growing at 8.2%. And this is not the first time we are reading it. This article important from Main's perspective. IMF, International Monetary Fund, established in 1940s, Bretton Woods Conference, they have given India grade C rating. ABCD, they have A to D ratings, and they have given the third, like the second last rating to India, even though we are doing awesome. And Amrit Kal is here. Why? So this article will give you some perspective. Here we are not doubting government's data. We never do that. It's fine. We agree. India is growing at 8.2% GDP growth rate. Even if we take this to be true and accurate, although we have seen it in previous, editorials and all, how there are people who are casting doubts about this growth rate. It doesn't feel like we're growing at this particular rate. But yes, again, we are not going into that domain, whether it is actually 8.2% growth rate or not, or whether it has been fabricated. We are not going there. We are trying to understand, even if we take an ideal scenario that India is indeed growing at 8.2% growth rate, still, what are the problems which we can face? So strong GDP numbers, 8.2 here, this article, and here we will not talk about whether this is real, this is fabricated, what data it is. So manufacturing grew, services sector, which contributes 60% of GDP, grew 9.2%. This article will tell you something very interesting, that fast growth does not mean strong institution. What does it mean? Like, you people know it. You people are already, some of you are 18 plus, some of you like Harshini, Iltush, you are still less than 18. But whenever you're becoming adult, you will realize that there are primary sector, secondary sector, tertiary sector, primary agriculture, mining, secondary manufacturing, and then you have tertiary sector, services sector. So most of the countries, they move like this. From primary they will move to secondary, they move to and to tertiary, right? But India, the case of India is something very unique. We have moved or jumped mostly from primary to tertiary sector, which is services. Our manufacturing sector is still very underdeveloped. And this has led to something called as, output employment anomaly. What does output or employment anomaly is? I will give you one data and then we'll talk about it. So this is the structure. This is the point, guys. Very important point. India's output structure does not match employment structure. So what, like which sector employs maximum number of people? Agriculture. Around 50% of population dependent on agriculture. But are we getting maximum GDP contribution from them? No. Lowest contribution. Which sector is employing minimum number of people? Services, transportation, communication, IT sector. But are we getting maximum GDP from them? Yes. This should not be the case. This is not a correct way of development. India's output structure does not match employment structure, and that has led to so many different phenomena. We'll talk about that whole outdated data and all those stuff, but this point we have to keep in mind. Let me show you something else also. All these particular structure, like agriculture employing a lot of people but generating so less GDP, has led to these kind of unemployment. And we have to know these kind of unemployment, because in pre they can ask you what is frictional unemployment, what is structural, what is cyclical, seasonal, and disguised unemployment. UPSC has already asked disguised unemployment. You actually need 4 people in agriculture, 6 people are working, or 5 people are working, so the fifth person marginal productivity is zero. Seasonal unemployment, during certain months, kharif season, if people are growing rice and then they will go to Punjab. Frictional unemployment, you have left one job, haven't yet found another. Structural unemployment, AI is there, it is leading to job losses. Structural. Cyclical is again contraction and expansion phase, accordingly you will get jobs. So these are different types of unemployment. And then the second issue which we have, why IMF is giving a C rating, because of this thing. See this WPI CPI, their base year is revolving around 2011-12, and we have talked about it multiple number of times. What is important from exam perspective is, remember the ministries: WPI, Ministry of Commerce; CPI, MOSPI. But that is not the exact, like, total truth. Inside CPI also you have different index: CPI rural, CPI urban, CPI combined. The CPI combined is known as CPI, which is published by MOSPI, guys. This is a PYQ, please keep it in mind, that CPI combined of CPI is published by Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. But then there is something called a CPI for industrial workers, CPI for agricultural laborers, and CPI for rural laborers, which has been asked by UPSC PYQ, or which is a UPSC PYQ rather. It is published by Labor Bureau. So please keep it in mind: CPI rural urban combined published by MOSPI, but CPI for IW, AL and rural laborers, they are published by Labor Bureau, Ministry of Labor and Employment. Now this is your homework. Solve that UPSC PYQ which we are talking about here. Search for it, solve it, and do tell me tomorrow if you are able to, or if you solve that question or not. Let's come back to this article now. And let's talk about what this article is saying. We're very happy. We are growing at 8.2%. We are, devoting 10 hours to Vande Mataram debate, and that will take care of all unemployment and everything in our country. We are very happy with all these things. Here we are not doubting data, but we are talking about some other things. Despite good numbers, IMF has given us C rating because our data is outdated. In certain scenarios, we don't even have proper data for states and local bodies after 2019. And then they have talked about so many other things. Why we are giving you great C rating? Your outdated base here we have discussed. What is the problem? When the base year of WPI and CPI is 2011-12, they are giving weightage to food and fuel based on how people used to consume food and fuel in 2011-12. Now that thing has changed. Now we no longer spend a major portion of our money on food and fuel. Maybe many people do, but still, your purchasing power parity has increased. Your purchasing, your what do I say? Per capita income has increased. So things have changed. And that's why base year has to be changed. Growth versus quality. As we've discussed, fast growth does not mean strong institution. And I'm again, you can read all these things. So we'll focus on the key areas here. Mining, main, the core sector barely grew at 0.04%. Electricity grew only 4.4%. So these are the backbone sectors. Index of 8 core industries we talk about. So backbone industries not work, like, did not develop, even if we take this particular data and believe this is a correct data. And then this point is very important. You have to write it: India's output structure, the sector which is giving us GDP, GVA, that is not the sector which is employing maximum number of people. We have been an anomaly, shifted from primary to tertiary sector, thereby undermining secondary or manufacturing sector. Structural vulnerabilities: our sports sector is too much dependent on US. So global protectionism means every country is looking inward. There's a phenomena in economy: when you people will become 18 plus, you will read about it: closed economy. Closed economy means countries which will do neither import nor export. So that is a closed economy. None of the countries in the world is a closed economy, so to say. Everybody does some import, some export, but many people believe that Brazil is a very close example, or very near example of a closed economy. Many people even say North Korea. So now more and more countries are looking inward. They are going towards being a closed economy. That is protectionism. Importing too much tariff for imported goods, tariff uncertainty, geopolitical tension. So we need to diversify our export market. That's what this article is also saying. So there are lacunas, deficiency in our institutions, how they are performing. Key message of IMF's Grade C: update your data. Low labor productivity, disguised unemployment in agriculture sector, apart from other types of unemployment. Poorly diversified exports, data shortcoming in GDP measurement. You are still using 2011 2012 data, not reflecting the current reality. You don't have data of states and local bodies after 2019. Not good for a country like India. Conclusion: India's short-term economic performance is strong, 8.2% GDP growth rate, awesome. But our foundations are still missing. Our export sector is still not diversified. Our data is still outdated. We still do not have data for so many different sectors. We still are employing people in those sectors, which is not giving us enough returns. So we have to focus on all these areas. High growth numbers do not hide structural issues in governance, data quality, institutional strength. And India has momentum, but yes, we need to focus on our institutions rather than talking about Vande Mataram for 10 hours and wasting precious resources of India in parliament. We can make better use of it. Seriously. So let's talk about this particular question. India's high GDP growth rate coexists with deep structural vulnerabilities. So again, you can talk about how we have witnessed 8.2% GDP growth rate this year, awesome, or this quarter. This is actually a good figure and we are very proud of it. But this does not discount the fact that there are some vulnerabilities. There are some issues, outdated data, how output structure is not matching with the employment structure and what is happening there, input structure, employment, some other sector is giving, GDP, some other sector is giving. So these are vulnerabilities. You don't have data about your state and local bodies' performance after 2019. So we have to take care of these deep structural vulnerabilities. We need to have more debates on these things rather than having debates on Vande Mataram. So India's recent GDP growth rate, you can see all these things. Body is despite the impressive numbers. Now, there is one very interesting thing with this mains answer, guys. Generally people ask me one thing, when I'm checking mains answer and all, okay, so whether we should write mains answer in point format or in paragraph format. So the basic rule is, if you're writing your optional paper, generally people write in paragraph format. If you're writing GS paper, which we are discussing right now, you write in point format, but not always. This is just a general rule. So exceptions will be there. Like there will be some questions where you now again understand this. Let's say there is one answer where you don't have enough points. So if you just write 2 points, 2 points, so you are showing your weakness to the checker. Don't do that. So if you don't have enough points, write in paragraph format. So it's not like you will never write in paragraph format in GS answer. You can write in paragraph format if you don't have enough points, or if that particular topic does not have enough points. There are some few points which you have to explain. Write in paragraph format. So there's no hard and fast rule that GS answer has to be all point specific and optional answer has to be all paragraph specific. It can work both ways. So again, here you will talk about all these things. Growth remain uneven, mining is not growing, electricity is not growing, agriculture employing half the workforce, growing only 3.5%, not contributing enough GDP, output structure is so skewed, 60% services is giving us GDP, not employing much people. So all these things we will talk about. Then trade protectionism, tariff uncertainty, our export sector is not diversified. So again, that has to be taken care of. We cannot be solely dependent on US. IMF Grade C rating is saying that our WPI CPI data needs an update. Base year has to be changed. All these things. So conclusion: India's growth rate is fine, awesome, but we have to work on our structural reforms and we have to work on our agriculture sector and all these sectors and how we can ensure more employment leads to more productivity. So again, you can read all the things and you can write your own answer as well. MCQ 1. IMF assigned India grade C primarily for issues related to what, guys? Fiscal deficit, foreign exchange reserve, national income accounting quality, banking sector capitalization. Chepantis, guys. Chepantis will lead to today. I was so unwell because I was not able to sleep. Maybe I slept for 3 4 hours, and I was such a condition, guys, that around 6:40 45, I was like, I will not be able to do today's Hindu analysis. My condition is go Goa, go on. There is a movie of Kunal Khemu. He's a very good boy. Who's a good boy? Kunal Khemu. But then I was like, no, no, let's do it. Like those are the days. when you can do it, everybody can do it, right? Those days when you cannot do it, if you're still doing it, then you're doing an awesome work. Same thing goes with you people. Those days when you don't feel like studying, if you're still studying those days, that will decide how big you go in life, how far you go in life. But it doesn't mean you burn out. You have to take a rest. But yes. So Harshini, Iltush, Anandu, and Rishi, they have given the answer. National income accounting quality. Who are good boys and girls? You people are. A mismatch between output structure and employment structure in India implies what? Choose the best option. Cheaply, cheaply. High inflation in agriculture, large workforce in low productivity sectors, underestimation of GDP, oversupply of skilled labor. What do you understand by that? This whole mismatch between output structure and employment structure. Service sector is giving you maximum output. Agriculture is employing maximum employment. So again, what does this mismatch suggest? So Harshini, Rishi, Anandu, all of you have given the answer. Large workforce in low productivity sector. So this has to be taken care of. Next article, page 6 editorial GS3 AI must pay. Working paper on AI and copyright issue is a good start. So what is the problem which is happening, guys? See, let's say you use ChatGPT. Now ChatGPT is making ChatGPT free for 1 year. Then what will happen? People will be addicted to it and then they will start charging after 1 year. Same thing which Reliance did. As we have discussed, anything which is free, then you are the product. So don't go after free things. Go after utility products which can give you utility. And again, this is just one way of ChatGPT making things addicted for you or you becoming addictive. Oh, okay, let's focus. So, what is the basic rationale of this article? Again, a tricky article, science and tech article. So, there will be terms here: copyright, patent, trademark, GI tag. We have talked about this earlier. But apart from that, there are some other things which we have to understand. Harshini, Rishi, Matt King, Iltush, all of you have given the answer. What they are talking about. So, ChatGPT. We asked ChatGPT, I am a PCN. Which girl will be awesome for me? How will be a Virgo girl for me and all those? So what ChatGPT does, you write this, ChatGPT fetches information from horoscope sites, this site, that site, and then they will tell me, okay, you are a PCN, Virgo will be awesome for you. Then I will ask, what about another PCN? She'll be like, he'll be like, yeah, fine, but both of you will be sensitive, so Virgo is fine, Cancer is fine. So this information they are giving, basically what these tools are giving you, ChatGPT is doing, they're extracting information from other sites. Now these horoscope sites, they can tell that, oh, dude, you're using my information, give me money. So based on that, this article is there. So LLM, language models which AI machines are using, they're continuously improving, they're continuously giving you good data, will tell you a lot of information about yourself, but they are extracting data from content creators, news, entertainment, book publishers, etc. Now the thing is, if you are using my data, pay me money. you know if let's say I made a video on this whole information and AI uses this information to give some more information, give me some money, guys. I wasted my 4 hours. In a way, so again, I deserve to be paid for that. So that is what government is working on. DPIIT, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Department of Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, they are working on a paper that yes, it's totally fine. Cases have been filed against ChatGPT and other AI companies that you're using our data. So let's have a licensing framework. We will allow AI tools to scrap unlimited public data. Yes, we need data. AI is the one which, it's not like they're giving you new data day after day. They are taking existing data and they are collaborating those data to give you something awesome, right? So they need large amount of text data and multimedia. So we cannot put restriction on AI companies, ChatGPT, Gemini, that they cannot use this data or that data. What we can do is, let's say they're using some news, entertainment, book publisher, Times of India, Indian Express, Hindu articles. So we will ensure that these guys, they are getting paid, because it's all about survivability. You need money to survive. These companies, they need money to survive, so we'll ensure that they are getting some money. For that, what government is thinking, a non-profit copyright society like body they will be creating, which will collect payments from AI companies, and then they will give revenue to these news, entertainment and book publishing channels. But now the problem is how money will be distributed. It's a good initiative that government wants to think about creating a non-profit copyright society like body, but how they will distribute money? Will the big companies get more money? What about small, let's say I'm a YouTube channel or some other YouTube channel having with a small channel. So how much money will I get? Will it, you know, favor big entities more, big news, entertainment, book publishing channels more. So that is one thing which people are talking about. But something is better than nothing, guys. We at least should have some model, some society, some body which is taking care of this thing, that if somebody is using my data, they're paying me. So that's what this article is saying, this editorial is saying. An imperfect system is better than having none. So at least we should have the society which will distribute money among these entities. ChatGPT AI, they can use whatever they want to. Challenges: how royalties will be fairly distributed. Small publishers, they may feel disadvantaged compared to big media houses. Maybe Times of India will get more money, Hindu will get more money, maybe Mint will get less money. Mint is a small channel, guys. Maybe The Wire will get less money. So they have to be taken care of, these issues. But again, rather than having nothing, we should have something. So there are cases, there are lawsuits which are going on between AI firms and publishers. Obviously they will not be happy that you are using our data and you're giving, and everybody's using ChatGPT now. I asked ChatGPT one question, that what has happened, ChatGPT, is Wikipedia declining because of you? ChatGPT again will has given me diplomatic answer. It was saying me that no, people are still using Wikipedia, but the reality is yes, it has declined. Wikipedia use and all those stuff, people are going lesser to that things. So again, people will not like it, and hope you are understanding where we are going with this. So we need a body which can divide royalty. This is a welcome step, and how that thing will happen, there will always be issue in everything, but yes, it's a better start. Government has done a good thing. That's what this editorial is talking about. Now here there are terms, guys, which we have to revise. So copyright we are talking about, and these terms, these are intellectual property rights, IPR, which is explicitly there in your GS mains paper 3, right? And whenever we talk about copyright, we talk about three other things at the same time: copyright, patent, trademark, and GI tag. So copyright given for your, let's say I wrote a song, Roshni se bhare bhare naina tere. That means your eyes are filled with lights. Oh my God, your eyes are filled with lights. I have just now composed this song, guys, and I will put it in a movie, Ashoka of Shah Rukh Khan. So this is a song composed by me. So, A.R. Rahman has composed the music. He will get a copyright on it. Patent is given for invention. Novartis has made a new drug, new medicine, new pharmaceutical drug. That company will get a patent. Then you have trademark for companies, their unique logos, and GI tag specific or unique to a particular region. Darjeeling tea, Bengal Rasagulla, Odisha Rasagulla. So copyright, patent, trademark, and GI tag. The difference between these entities: copyright, creative work. Roshni se bhare bhare ah. This song reminds me of Mano Hari. So guy who has composed Manohari, he will get copyright. Life plus 60 years. Generally, it varies for how much period they will get copyright, but it is generally more than 10, 20 years, hovering around 50 to 70 years. Copyright. Patent, new invention. No artist making new drug. No artist company, Hyderabad. 20 years they will get patent. Again, it hovers, but yeah, general phenomena is for 20 years they will get the patent, and then they have to again apply for a trademark. 10 years. Parle-G and all, Britannia, they have their own logo. 10 years renewable. GI tag: Darjeeling tea, Bengal Rasagulla, Odisha's Rasagulla. Bengal and Odisha fighting over Rasagulla. 10 years renewable. Region specific products. GI Act 1999. UPSC has already asked multiple PYQs on them. Revise them, because who are good boys and girls? You people are. So again, have a look at all these things, guys. I'm not reading it for you. I've already told you the things. Which of the following best describes copyright? Now choose the best option here. रोशनी से भरे 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 नैना तेरे छू के बोले ना छू ना मुझे. That means somebody's touching me, but that person is saying, don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me. Sony, what is the answer for MCQ 3, guys? Always singing songs. Why you people are not serious? A right granted for invention that are novel, non-obvious, and industrially applicable. A right protecting original, literary, blah 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 blah. A sign that distinguishes good or service or goods or services of one enterprise from another. Tag given to goods with geographical origin and unique qualities. Harshini Iltush, they have given the answer. A right protecting original, literary. Seriously, guys, listen to the songs of Asoka. It will take you to modern period. Shah Rukh Khan movie, which nobody watched. It was a flop, but that songs are awesome. Raat ka nasha bhi. That means the magic of night is still alive. Oh my God, songs are awesome. Although Anu Malik, he is accused of stealing songs and all those stuff. Even Pritam is no difference in that. Like they are not like A.R. Rahman and all. So, but yes, songs are awesome. So the answer is B, guys. Let's focus. Harshni, Iltush, and Rishi, they have given the answer B. A right protecting original literary, dramatic, musical, and artistic work. Roshni se bhari bhari. So MCQ 4, just like what they are asking, guys. Oh, they are asking which is correctly matched. So patent and intellectual property protected subject, patent, copyright, trademark, GI tag, and here they have given you what they are actually protecting. You have to say how many of them are correct. 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And do option elimination. What you know for sure is correct. Option elimination. Where is my pen gone? Just give me a second, guys. I am very clumsy. Option elimination. Who has given the answer? Aditya. What's your name? Aditya. Aditya Kashyap. Jab we met. Guys, don't watch so many movies. Jab we met. So yes, for Harshini, Rishi, Iltush. So we know GI tag is product linked to region, right? So fourth has to be correct. Now you're left with B, C, D. Nobody has given A answer, right? Very good. Trademark, brand logo. So third has to be correct. So third is there in all. Copyright, copyright. Like let's say you're confused about software. We have not talked about it. Patent. It's not given for book manuscript. Book manuscript is copyright, guys. Book, so, like I have written a novel. 9 encounters with so-called love. I'm writing it from last 10 years. So for that, I will get copyright, not patent. Patent is given for invention. You invented a medicine and all, some company invented that, they will get patent for that. So first is wrong. If first is wrong, oh my god, we got the answer B, 2, 3, and 4. For books, you get copyright. Software also, you will get copyright. So the answer is B, 2, 3, and 4. Let's say you don't know software copyright, but you know book. For book, we get copyright. Oh my god. And you don't get patent for that. So the answer is B. People, are you understanding why the answer is B? Nobody, Iltush answered it B. Books, guys, you get copyright. Again, I did not tell you here, but if you read it and you will understand. Like, oh my god, oh my god. So creative work. Book is a creative work. It's not like I'm creating or inventing something via after writing 9 encounters with so-called love. There's no invention as such. So patent is given for invention. So first is wrong. The answer is B. Rishi is such a good boy. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Spread the word. You can join these programs, join at the earliest, especially mains answer evaluation, history through NCRT series. Mentorship is also fine. These two programs you have to join. And here, there, anywhere. Or read NCRTs on your own. See, history and geography NCRTs. You have to read both, like all the chapters from class 6 to 12. Why I'm telling you, let's say for international relation polity, you don't need to read all chapters, but for history and geography, read all chapters, make notes. Either do it yourself or join this course. And mains answer evaluation is a must do. Maybe if you're preparing for some other exam, you're just watching Hindu analysis to gain your general awareness and all knowledge, that's fine. But if you're really preparing for UPSC CSE, you have to write answer, you have to get it evaluated by somebody else. If you're not doing that, so let me be very blunt, you will not clear UPSC. Straightforward. If you're not writing answers, still, like, let's say you're preparing for 2026, up until January you have to write a lot. Even from February to April, when you're preparing for try to write at least 1 or 2 questions daily. You have to write what will be the impact. Let's say you clear prelims, what, like, you become a prelims warrior, you clear prelims year after year, you're not clearing mains, it doesn't make any impact, guys. So write answers if you want to clear UPSC CSE and UPSC prelims, or UPSC prelims, I'm saying UPSC all stages. 1715 marks means contain. It's like it's a do or die thing. So again, you can also donate if I'm adding to your knowledge base. Let's come to next article of the day. Okay, now page number 18, science to GS3. So again, this is science 2, but this is basically environment article. Western Tragopan. Western Tragopan. What is a Tragopan? And it's a pheasant. Pheasant. There's a word here. Pheasant. So what are pheasant? Pheasant are land dwelling birds. Birds which walk on land. So land dwelling birds. Pheasant. So this Western Tragopan is a state bird of Himachal Pradesh. You will be like, sir, why are you giving us this article when it is a state bird of Himachal Pradesh? In 2016-17, UPSC asked, which is the state butterfly of Maharashtra and this and that. So yes, they have asked these questions earlier, guys. So it becomes important. Western Tragopan. The IUCN status is endangered. And Most of the conservation which is happening of the state bird of Himachal Pradesh is happening in XC2. So XC2 remediation, bioremediation, in situ bioremediation. So software is a kind of invention, right? It should be patented or copyrighted. No, software is also taken as a creative thing, you know. So it's copyright only. Invention is drugs basically, and do check what are the other inventions, Harshini, which is there. Basically, in that option, now I can understand where you're going with this, but in that, even let's say there is a ambiguity about software, but we know for book it's not an invention, right? So it cannot be patent. So just eliminate that. And for software, do research and tell me tomorrow whether you will keep it as a creation or you will keep it as an invention, you know. So yeah, there can be a debate. I can understand where you're coming from. Let's focus here, guys. And tell me tomorrow, Harshini. I asked you one thing, Harshini, earlier. You said certain stuff. I told you to write a mains answer and send it to me. You sent me yesterday night 5 art and culture question. Where is that answer, mains answer, which I gave you as homework? So again, let's focus, guys. So breeding project Western Tragopan mostly conserved ex situ. In situ, they are not able to survive. What is the meaning of these in situ, ex situ? UPSC has already asked questions on PYQs on in situ and ex situ preservations. Like they've asked which of the following is an in situ method or ex situ method of preservation. You know, in situ national park, wildlife sanctuary, biosphere reserve, these are in situ method of conservation. They are like these flora and fauna, they are conserved at the same point where they are, you know, located, they're originally present, or where they have taken birth, so to say. In situ, ex situ, you are locating them at some place else, you are saving them, like that is zoo, that is ex situ conservation. Or captive breeding, Western tragopan, they are being saved or preserved in this captive breeding format because they are not able to survive in situ because of the human induced changes, this and that. So what are the things which are important from, very good, Harshini. So what are the things which are important from exam perspective? Western tragopan, India's rarest pheasant land dwelling bird, Himachal Pradesh state bird. Now you'll be like, why 2026 UPSC is asking about state bird of Himachal Pradesh? Because it was in news. Why in 2016-17 they asked about the state butterfly of Maharashtra? It must have been in news at that time. So keep it in mind. So again, earlier it was found in different regions, J&K, Himachal, Uttarakhand. Now it is surviving in small fragmented pockets. IUCN endangered species. IUCN, we have talked about it 1,000 times or maybe 1 million times. It was created in 1950s. It's a private, it's an NGO. It's not a part of UN. Keep these points in mind. So again, human disturbance and fragmentation has threatened this Western tragopan, and there are only 3,000 to 9,500 tragopans which are there. Some of them are in Pakistan also. Sarahan peasantry. Sarahan is a region in Himachal where they are doing the captive breeding. You know, they are capturing these Western tragopan and they are preserving them because they are not surviving in situ. Ex situ is the only way of survive, means, you know, making sure that they are still in the endangered category. They don't become critically endangered or extinct in the wild or extinct, you know. So yeah, something is better than nothing, as we were discussing in previous editorial. First captive birth happened here, blah blah blah. You can read all these things. Sarahan peasantry achieved world's first successful captive breeding of Western tragopan. So anything first is very important. We have discussed this earlier. Your first love, your first crush, your first kiss. I love you na upriyadi poina. I love you ni pranam poina. So first successful captive breeding of Western tragopan happened in the Sara and peasantry in Himachal Pradesh. But this article is saying that no, 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 no. Only ex situ conservation is not the way to go. They are not surviving in situ because of human induced changes, this and that. So work on it. In captive breeding, they are facing issues. They are not the, you know, the original Western tragopan, which they will be if you are preserving them in situ. So from 2017 to 2015 or 7, again you can see 43 captive bonds bird recorded, though survival was affected by skewed sex ratio and mortality. So they are dying and they are not the same. It's like, again, captive breeding is only an insurance measure, not a replacement for in situ habitat protection. Remember, in situ, ex situ words, they are important words, guys. You have to remember it. UPSC has asked PYQs related to in situ and ex situ. Officials stress that reintroduction requires long-term effort, but you have to do it. Just because in situ is a tedious process to conserve this tragopan does not mean you don't have to do in situ. You know, captive breeding can only give you so much. So what is the basic rationale here? Captive breeding is fine. Habitat protection has to be there. Climate resilience. Himachal Pradesh is undergoing, you know, drastic climate changes because of human induced things and global warming. So that has to be taken into account. Why Western tragopan are not surviving in situ. Long term reintroduction has to be done. Strong community engagement has to be done. See this Pakistan. In Pakistan also, some portion of Pakistan, Western Tragopan is there. They're doing this community engagement. People are coming together. These local people, they have more knowledge than, let's say, the scientists who are coming from different regions or conservationists, so to say. So they give you feedback, and based on that, you preserve Western Tragopan. It has been somewhat successful in Pakistan, so we can learn from what Pakistan is doing when it comes to conservation of Western Tragopan. Cool. Let's solve some question, guys. Consider the following statement about Western Tragopan. It is the state bird of Himachal Pradesh. The species is classified as endangered on IUCN Red List. I love you, na upiriadi poina. I love you, ni pranam poina. Iti untadi kirti tolbulutu. Have you people heard these songs, Arya? Arya too? Nuvunte nidamega satyam. Who? Nobody has given the answer for this question. Oh my god. Aditya has given the answer. Aditya Kashyap. Just we met. State bird of Himachal Pradesh, yes. Classified as endangered, yes. So the answer is C, 1 and 2 as stated by Aditya. Both the statements are correct, guys. Chepatti Chepatalsu Ledu Kadu. Next question. What is the primary limitation of XC2 captive breeding programs for species like Western Tragopan? Show your pain. Very good, Harshini. No, not very good, but I can understand. Confused about second statement. I can understand. I can understand. This question, what is the primary limitation of XC2 breeding programs for species like Western Tragopan? They are always cost inefficient. They cannot replicate natural breeding conditions perfectly. They completely replace the need for habitat protection. They eliminate the risk of extinction. What do you think? What is the limitation? What we have discussed? It's like I'm putting you in cage, you know? Humans are put behind cage. Okay, you live among yourself. There's a boy, there's a girl. You procreate, you do all these stuff. But that is not same as, going to watch Durandar outside in movie theater, then eating chow mein and all those stuff, popcorn. So in situ, ex situ can never replace in situ, So Iltush and Harshini, they cannot replicate natural breeding conditions perfectly, guys. They completely replace the need. It's an extreme statement. So this is the limitation. Limitation is ex situ can never replace in situ. Ex situ is like you're forcing things, creating things artificially. Natural is natural, guys. Let's say my parents do arrange marriage of mine. That's an ex situ thing. In situ is I met somebody, I liked her, we married. In situ happened naturally. So nothing can replace things naturally. Artificial is artificial. They cannot replace natural breeding conditions perfectly. B, as stated by Iltush. Are you understanding, Harshini, why the answer is B? Again, revise the article, guys. Okay, page number 12, GS1, art and culture. Deepavali enters intangible heritage list. UNESCO's intangible. Tangible means which can be touched. So let's say you have some architecture, some palaces. This is so funny. They are sitting in, like, they had a discussion in Red Fort. Red Fort. Who constructed Red Fort, guys? Anybody having any idea who constructed Red Fort? So they're having this discussion in Red Fort, which is a tangible heritage. Tangible means you can touch it, you can feel it. Zara zara, touch me, touch me, touch me, like Katrina Kaif stated in one movie, Race. So that means she's talking about tangible cultural heritage here. She's saying about things which can be touched, but things you feel like emotions, that is intangible in nature. Deepavali, significance of Deepavali, intangible in nature. It promotes culture, so to say. So it has been included under UNESCO's intangible heritage list. Cool, cool, cool. So UNESCO is saying that again, it promotes so many sustainable developments. Now this is an interesting point. One, like, they have, what will happen if what happens now when Deepavali has been included under UNESCO's representative list of intangible cultural heritage. Yoga is already there. Chahu dance is already there in this intangible heritage. So again, you can see here festivals and yoga. You cannot touch it. Can you touch yoga? How does yoga feel like? If you don't touch, it cannot touch it. It is intangible. If you can touch it, as Katrina Kaif was saying, so that is tangible. Architectures, they are tangible. These culture things, these are mostly intangible. So now when Deepavali is under this, UNESCO's representative list of intangible cultural heritage, just like yoga and Chahu, which is getting, and other things, which is getting worldwide recognition. Deepavali will also get worldwide recognition. It's anyway very popular. Our Indian diaspora is here, there, everywhere, and they celebrate Deepavali. So, UNESCO is saying that. Now we'll talk about other things. UNESCO is saying that it is strengthening social bonds. It is, it's a living heritage strengthening social bonds. Yes, people come together, even if you like, even like people from different religion also they celebrate Deepavali. I've seen Saif Ali Khan celebrating Deepavali. Supports traditional craftsmanship, diya makers, reinforces. Now you can read all these things. Now this is the point which is interesting. What UNESCO is saying: established in 1940s, headquarters is in Paris, France. These are the points which is important. It contributes to multiple sustainable development goals. Now this is where things get interesting. What sustainable goals? Shah Jahan, exactly. Harshini and Aditya, they have given the answer. Red Fort created by Shah Jahan, Mughals. I do history through NCRT series, guys, and I'm doing NCRTs of 23, 24, rationalized 23, 24. They have eliminated Mughal chapters so much, and the current one they have almost it's go gone. Still, the hypocrisy is these people they're sitting in Red Fort, a creation of Mughals, and talking about culture and heritage. If you hate them so much, don't sit at Red Fort. Sit at somewhere else, or make you can make your own parliament. So make something else entirely. This is hypocrisy. You are eliminating some stuff, but then you are going to Taj Mahal. Yes, foreign dignitaries came, you went to Taj Mahal. Oh my God, hypocrisy. So let's focus, guys. How does Deepavali contributes to multiple SDGs? This is important. Now, let me show you some SDGs. You people tell me, what SDGs do you think Deepavali promotes? And this is important. We have to remember all SDGs. Like there is a girl who sends me answer, any. Oh my God, so many answers. So she has remembered all 17 SDGs. For her, I don't need to show her all SDGs. She already remembers all these SDGs. So now I believe that many of you do not remember these SDGs. Please remember it. Directly asked in different exams. You see these SDGs. Tell me which SDGs do you think Deepavali promotes? It has been brought under intangible list. What SDG do you think it promotes? And what SDGs it does not? They can give you options. Deepavali included in intangible because UNESCO is saying it will promote SDGs. Which SDG do you think it promotes here? Chepandi is fast. So 12 and 13. Climate action. Is it, Aditya? Deepavali, firecrackers. Can it promote climate action? This is one of the problem, like pollution, crackers were banned, but then something happened, religious sensitivities were disturbed, and then firecracker ban was taken away or reinstated in some other measures. So hope you are understanding. 13, no poverty, yes, it gives livelihood to diya makers. So one, we can say SDG 1. SDG 8, decent work and economic growth. Again, diya makers, at least they're earning something. SDG 8, you can say. Peace and justice strong institution. SDG 16, peace. When these festival happens, people from different communities they came together, or they come together. At least it used to happen earlier. I will tell you, when Eid used to happen, I was in Patna when I was a small kid in Bihar. So there was a friend of my Mosi, like mother's sister. She was a Muslim. So in Durga Puja and all, they used to come. In Holi, they used to come, and in Eid ul Fitr, Eid ul Zuha and all, we used to go to their place. That at least used to happen in our times. God knows what has happened now. So at least these festivals they promote peace. SDG 16. So SDG 1, SDG 8, SDG 16 you can say, but not SDG 13. The major problem associated with Diwali is these firecrackers and the pollution thing, on which a lot of debate happen and all the talks goes on. So yeah, SDG 1, SDG 8, SDG 16, you can talk about it, but 13 not so much. So yeah, again let's focus here. They have talked about this. So again, Modi sir is very happy and he has said certain stuff. Union Culture Minister. This is not important from exam perspective. What is important? Deepavali is under representative list of intangible cultural heritage. What are intangible heritage? How they are different from tangible heritage? Which SDGs? If Deepavali promotes SDGs, what SDGs are they? These are the things which you have to keep in mind. Cool, cool, cool. Let's solve some questions. Diwali was recently inscribed on UNESCO's representative list of intangible cultural heritage. Now choose the option. And what are the reasons cited why it has been included? Even if you don't know the options, try to do option elimination and see what cannot be the answer and then solve the question. Cool, Aditya. Strengthening social bonds, supporting traditional craftsmanship. contributing to sustainable development goals, recognition as a global public holiday. What do you think can be the answer here? Harshini has given the answer. Iltush, Aditya, all of you have given the answer. So yes, recognition as a global public holiday, this has not been cited as the reason, is it? Or we don't even know whether it is celebrated every country in the world, whether they give holiday on Diwali or not. We don't know that. But yes, we know 1, 2, and 3 are correct. We know fourth is wrong. So if you eliminate fourth, you will get the answer A, 1, 2, and 3, as stated by Harshini, Aditya, and Iltush. Cool, yeah. MCQ 8, the inscription of the Pavali on UNESCO's intangible cultural heritage, or heritage list rather, contributes to which of the following sustainable development goals? What do they promote? What we have discussed just now, and what can they not promote? Or on which there can be a debate, as we were having a debate with Aditya. No poverty, decent work and economic growth, peace, justice, and strong institutions, climate action. Aditya, Iltush, Harshini, Aditya, they have given the answer. So, no poverty, decent work and economic growth, peace, justice. Climate action, we were just having a debate. No. Deepavali, climate action, no. Firecrackers, pollution, debate. So, if there is something which is debatable, just remove it. We don't want to go into the debate. A, 1, 2, and 3. And we have discussed which SDGs they are talking about. This is also a very interesting way of remembering SDGs. You people may not remember SDG 8. Most of the people that remember SDG 1 to 4, poverty, hunger, health, and education, because you directly use them in GS mains paper 2. Poverty, hunger, good means health and education, they are there in your GS mains paper 2. So most of the people they remember 1 to 4, even 5 and 10. But 8, most of the people they don't remember. So again, this is again a good way of remembering SDGs. Okay, next article, page 6, editorial GS2. So, Cambodia and Thailand, they have started again fight. They're fighting among themselves. Border issue is one issue which is very common and which is happening between Thailand and Cambodia as well. So, Thailand and Cambodia, around 1904, in early 1900s, their boundary, settlement was done, and again it was contentious, so they're still fighting over it. Right now they're fighting over this Priha Vihar temple, which is a Hindu temple. When I read this article, I was like, oh my god, what Godi media will publish now? Maybe they'll be like, oh my god, Thailand, Cambodia fighting over Hindu temple built in 11th century AD. They just want to use religion anywhere and everywhere. Oh my god, such shameless stuff. So Thailand and Cambodia, Priha Vihar temple. Now, places in news, we know it's very important, they give you questions. So keep it in mind. Priha Vihar temple, if you see this, it belongs to Cambodia, but it is much more accessible from Thailand. It's on the border, right? Let me show you. So you see this location, this is Priha Vihar temple, and this is Cambodia. It is surrounded by forest. It belongs to Cambodia. But as you can see, Thailand is much more clearer. It's almost a plain kind of a region. Not exactly plain, but you can understand. It's much easier to come to this temple via Thailand than if you're going via Cambodia. And that is the problem. People are fighting over it. This ICZ, International Court of Justice, they gave Priya Vihar temple to Cambodia. It was made by Cambodian kingdom and all. So, but again, Thailand is like, nah, we are not letting go of this claim. So that is one of the reasons. It's not like this is the only reason why Thailand and Cambodia they're fighting, but this is one of the major reasons why they are fighting. And this article is saying that ASEAN should do something about it. Both these countries, they are part of ASEAN. So how many countries are there in ASEAN, guys? And what is the mnemonic I have told you to remember ASEAN countries? ASEAN countries established, or ASEAN setup established in 1960s. Just give me a second. How many total countries are there? So ASEAN should do more to end dispute between Cambodia and Thailand, and that's what this article is saying. Donald Trump cannot mediate peace between Thailand and Cambodia because Donald Trump is not Vishwaguru. Modi sir is, right? So he cannot do all these things. But yeah, he wants a Nobel Peace Prize and he's ensuring peace here, there, everywhere. But that peace is not sustaining itself. Fighting between Thailand and Cambodia has restarted, breaking a fragile truce negotiated just 2 months earlier. Again, it's like you, he said, we, and Harshini is saying 10. He said, she said, these things are going on. Cambodian soldier was killed near the disputed Priha Vihar temple. We have just discussed Priha Vihar. It's a Hindu temple built in 11th century AD, and awesome. Like we are very proud of it. And via this, you are also seeing the influence of Chola Empire in Southeast Asia. We can have a separate debate on that later on. So Harshini has stated 10, Iltush has stated 10. Now there is 11, guys. There are 11 countries. So we people have discussed the mnemonic related to ASEAN countries, right? BPL TV mimics. All of you already know it, and Iltush and Harshini, they stated it 2 times in the comment section. You people are so good. You remember all the stuff. Timor Leste, yes, Timor Leste is the 11th one. It has been admitted now. So this is the mnemonic BPL TV mimics Brunei, Philippines, Laos, Thailand, Vietnam, Myanmar, Malaysia, Indonesia, Cambodia, and Singapore. But as Aditya is saying, Aditya Kashyap, Shahid Kapoor, jab we met, hum jo chalne lage. So if you go to ASEAN website, this is ASEAN official website. So now they have added Timor Leste. Timor Leste. So 11 countries, guys, because you people have to do CSAT. 4 plus 4 plus 3. Oh my god, 11. So Timor Leste is the 11th member. And if official website says so, then you have to take it, at their face value, whatever they are saying. We had issues with even like ASEAN, not ASEAN, BRICS countries. How many countries are there after BRICS, BRICS? And then we have seen their official website and all those stuff. So 11 countries now. Timor Leste is the 11th one, and keep it in mind. Recently, Timor Leste also got a place. Very good. Why you people forget the mnemonic Iltush and Harshini? I will kill you both and eat you alive. See, again, there is a dichotomy in that statement. If I kill you both, how can I eat you alive when you're already dead? Ha ha ha. Let's focus. So again, there is a hue and like quid pro quo thing is going on. Cambodia is doing something, Thailand is reciprocating it, and all those stuff. Ceasefire was brokered in July by Malaysian PM Anwar Ibrahim. Saeed Anwar, he's the brother of Pakistani cricketer Saeed Anwar. No, that's a lie, big fat lie. And with support from US President, again, you can see this, it has broken down. Thailand has suspended implementation of ceasefire, landmine act, incident happened, airstrike is happening. So we are not, these are not our immediate neighbors, guys, with due respect to Thailand and Cambodia. So we will not go into the whole intricacies of this article because, again, it doesn't concern us much. From pre-perspective, places in news, it concerns us. Priha Vihar temple, where it is, it's a UNESCO site. ICZ is important. Whom it awarded temple? Cambodia. International Code of Justice, ICC, ICZ. We had a comparative analysis. Both of their headquarters is in Hague, Netherlands, right? But there is a difference between ICC and ICZ, which is a part of UN, guys, out of ICC and ICZ. So which persecute individuals, which persecute countries and states. If you know it, posted in the comment section. So you can see in like during the colonial era in the early 20th century, Siam, Thailand. So there was a Siam kingdom which was ruling over Thailand, and this Cambodia was a part of Indochina region. Indochina is a region like this Cambodia, etc. Laos, they are called Indochina. Why? Because they have taken influence from both region, China as well, India as well. You will see a confluence of both culture in these regions. So Indochina region, Cambodia was ruled by France. So France, a French kingdom, and this Siamese kingdom or Siam kingdom in Thailand, they did a pact via which Siam kingdom gave certain areas to France or French territories. So because of which this whole treaty happened in 1904 and 7, and which led to some poor demarcation, just like we have this Red Cliff Committee, which did poor demarcation between India and Pakistan, which led to issues in Kashmir, Gujarat, sometimes Rajasthan as well. Gujarat is peaceful, but yeah, Rajasthan, we sometimes fight in the region around Jodhpur, etc. Again, let's focus. So ICZ awarded the temple to Cambodia. Border issue remains demarcated. We have seen why. This temple is much more accessible from the Thailand region than from the Cambodia region, which is mostly forested. So we have to keep those facts in mind. ICC India was okay. ICZ states part of UN. ICC individuals, very good, Harshini, and ICZ states. ICZ. Cool. So ICZ is a part of UN, International Code of Justice, which prosecutes states. ICC, International Criminal Code, prosecutes individuals. Both of their headquarters is in Hague. ICZ is a part of UN. ICC established under Rome Statute. So again, you can see all these things. ASEAN is already reeling under Myanmar crisis. There a military coup has happened. Now these two countries are fighting, not very good for ASEAN, and they have to do something about it. That's what this article is talking about. Very good. Now let's solve this question, guys. PYQ 9 UPSC 2006. Which one of the following countries is not a member of ASEAN? Vietnam, Brunei, Darussalam. Why it is called as Darussalam? Because people there drink a lot. Daru, drink a lot of daru. Daru means water, mineral water. No, daru does not mean water. Right, Darussalam. Hey, hey, don't say these things. So what is the answer, guys? PYQ 9. Aditya has given the answer. We have just seen the mnemonic. Aditya, Harshini, BPL TV mimics. Remember it. BPL TV mimics is the mnemonic. Now you can add one plus more, like plus Timor. BPL TV mimics plus Timor. Brunei, Philippines, Laos, Thailand, Vietnam, Myanmar, Malaysia, Indonesia, Cambodia, and Singapore. And then there is Timor Leste. Locate these places on the map, guys. So based on that. Daru means art 47, article 47. Very good. Cool. So this question is a homework for you people. We'll discuss it tomorrow at 8 a.m. And I did it. I did today's Hindu analysis, even though I was not in a condition to do it. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Spread the word. And you can join this Telegram channel. I'll share this Hindu analysis an unannotated PDF by 9:30 a.m. You can post your score as well. You can join these individual programs. Please write mains answer, guys. You can also join the bundle where you will get all these courses at subsidized rate. No hourly, monthly, or annual subscription. If you have any queries related to any of these courses, you can send me a WhatsApp message at the same number which you're seeing here, 9650303257. Write answers and read NCRTs. Don't ignore NCRTs. So many questions in recent years have been asked by UPSC from NCRT. Not only recent years, even earlier also, and not only UPSC, other exams. So very important for, especially for history and geography. Very, very important because they are more or less static subjects. That's why. Cool, cool, cool. And again, you're your own competition. You're competing with yourself. You can also donate if I'm adding to your knowledge base. So that's it. That's it. That's it. I'm going now. Take a shake. So take care. Be blessed. Tata. Bye bye, guys.